On Sunday, Trump made it clear that Ukraine would not regain Crimea, which Russia annexed back in 2014. He also repeated his opposition to Ukraine joining NATO. However, he suggested that alternative security guarantees could be an option. White House envoy Steve Witkoff and President Zelenskyy have both hinted at similar possibilities. In a social media post, Trump wrote, "President Zelenskyy of Ukraine can end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to, or he can continue to fight." He added that it would be a big day at the White House, noting he had never hosted so many European leaders at once. Late Sunday, Zelenskyy confirmed he had arrived in Washington. He thanked Trump for hosting the talks and emphasized the need for lasting peace. Zelenskyy pointed to earlier failures, such as Russia's breach of the 1994 Budapest Memorandum and the annexation of Crimea, as reasons why strong security commitments are necessary. "Ukrainians are fighting for their land and for their independence," he said. "Russia must end this war, which it started." According to the White House schedule, Trump will greet Zelenskyy outside the West Wing at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. They will then hold a private meeting. Later, at 2:30 p.m., Trump is expected to meet with European leaders for photos, followed by a larger group discussion at 3 p.m. Those confirmed to attend include European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte, French President Emmanuel Macron, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, and Finnish President Alexander Stubb. The summit comes after Russia demanded that Ukraine surrender the entire Donetsk region in exchange for peace. Trump later praised Putin, calling him strong and tough as hell. European leaders, however, continue to back Zelensky's position. They insist a ceasefire must come first, and only Ukraine can decide on any territorial concessions. French President Emmanuel Macron described the Washington meeting as a very serious moment for European security. He warned that weakness toward Russia could open the door to future wars. Macron said Ukraine needs both military support and a Western deterrence force to stop renewed Russian aggression. In Ukraine, the constitution makes territorial concessions difficult. Any changes to borders must be approved in a national referendum. The constitution also commits the country to joining both NATO and the European Union, meaning amendments would be required for Kyiv to step back from either goal. Oleksandr Merezhko, chair of Ukraine's Foreign Affairs Committee, rejected territorial concessions outright. He argued that Ukraine needs a ceasefire with firm security guarantees. In his view, NATO membership remains the most effective safeguard. Putin fears only one thing: NATO, Merezhko said. Meanwhile, fighting continues on the ground. Ukraine's Air Force reported intercepting 88 out of 140 Russian drones launched overnight, along with several missiles. Strikes hit multiple regions, including Donetsk, Kharkiv, Sumy, Dnipropetrovsk, Odessa, and Kyiv. In Kharkiv, at least 7 people, including a child, were killed when a drone hit an apartment building. Russia, in turn, claimed it shot down 24 Ukrainian drones overnight. The upcoming summit in Washington is expected to focus on new security guarantees for Ukraine, steps toward a ceasefire, and the role of European allies in supporting Kyiv as the conflict with Russia continues.